The Chicago White Sox beat up on the Los Angeles Angels on Tuesday night, winning 11-4. White Sox did a lot of damage offensively. Big nights from several Sox players. Yoan Moncada rejoined the team. How did he do, and could he stay healthy for the entire game? Johnny Cueto pitched like a veteran, very calm, cool, and collected. It was just one win, but are the White Sox back?
You are Locked On White Sox, your daily Chicago White Sox podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, Sox fans, welcome to Locked On White Sox. Thank you for making Locked On White Sox your first listen each and every day. We're free and available on all platforms. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Locked On Sox. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search Locked On White Sox. Hey, White Sox fans, you are going to love this. Today's episode is brought to you by the Sports Card Investor app. Welcome to the world of trading cards reimagined. Stay tuned later in the show for more information on this awesome new tool for collectors. You're going to want to check out the Sports Card Investor app. Hey, I'm your host, Nick Morawski, a lifelong diehard Chicago White Sox fan, recording this podcast just blocks from the ballpark in beautiful Bridgeport. You can find me on Twitter at Nick_GGTB. Really appreciate you letting me steal some of your time to talk White Sox. Locked On White Sox is part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Make sure you get a nap in on Wednesday. You've got the coffee, the caffeine ready to go. There's a great pitching matchup on Wednesday night that we're going to talk about. Johnny Cueto, he did bend, but he did not break. But first, there was an explosion of offense by our White Sox on Tuesday night. State of the Sox, White Sox are 35-38. A big win for them Tuesday, especially after everything that happened on Monday. They go for the series win now on Wednesday. Some news and notes before the game got started. Yoan Moncada was reinstated. Lenyn Sosa sent to AAA. The White Sox ranked last in the AL coming in on Tuesday's game with a .80 fielding percentage and have allowed an MLB high 51 unearned runs. They were 23-14 coming in the game on Tuesday when they were errorless, and 11-24 when committing one or more errors. Something from Scott Merkin before the game on Leori Garcia. Leori Garcia, and this is him talking about if anything feels different for him between this season and last season. This is Garcia. Different because I don't have the numbers. My body feels good. I feel good at the plate. I feel good with everything I've been doing. I just stink right now. And this was him expanding on that idea. I say that because when I'm not getting on base like I want to, I feel like I'm stinking. I'm not helping the team. I know I'm not the only White Sox fan that would be in complete agreement on those comments by Garcia. He did help himself out, though, at the plate. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. White Sox offense. They were talking about this in the pregame on NBC Sports Chicago. White Sox offense on the road coming into Tuesday's game, a .270 average. That's first in all of baseball. However, Sox ranked 23rd in runs and 24th in home runs. But the White Sox helped themselves out on Tuesday night. Let's go to the first inning. Hey, Tim Anderson leads things off with a single. They showed a graphic that he is 10 for 10 in stolen bases, and Angels were really paying attention to him at first. A lot of throw over, that's what speed does. And of course, they know what Anderson's numbers are. But Vaughn and Roberts struck out, and Abreu, he flied out. So TA was stranded. Second inning, Moncada got his first at bat. He went down swinging. Sox with 4 strikeouts after 2 innings. There was really nothing doing early on. Angels starter Silsleth, he was in a groove, working fast, not throwing a lot of pitches at all. Game was flying by. Fourth inning, Luis Robert with a one-out double. Just absolutely punished a hanging slider, but he was stranded at second. Angels, good positioning, playing some defense, especially at second base. You started to get a little uneasy as a Sox fan. I know I was feeling, here we go again. Just nothing happening. But here comes the fifth inning. Leori Garcia snuck a single through the left side. Zavala with a double. Garcia scores. McEwing with a good send. And Zavala, it seems like he has just been a doubles machine as of late. It was 3-1 Angels at this point in the fifth. Josh Harrison then with a 2-run home run to left center. Just like that, we've got a tie ball game. Silsleth was chased in the fifth. Garcia, Zavala, and Harrison, not the heroes we thought, but the heroes we got there. Tim Anderson kept the inning going with a base hit to right center. 4 straight hits for our White Sox. Robert with a blast to center. He left the ballpark. Sox sent 9 hitters to the plate, hit 2 home runs, and scored 5 runs in the inning to take a 5-3 lead. Sixth inning, good to see Moncada hitting from the right side get on to lead things off in the sixth with a little single. Garcia doubles. Moncada held up at third, so Joe McEwing, pretty good there at that point. Second and third with nobody out. You just got to score here, tack some more on. We've seen what has happened with our Sox. Zavala couldn't get the job done. Harrison walks, bases loaded, 1 out, and Tim Anderson grounded into a double play. However, seventh inning, the Sox pile it on. They bust out. They make up for the missed opportunities last inning. Vaughn, Robert, Abreu getting in on the action to make it 7-3 Sox. Sox still have guys at second and first, nobody out. Los Angeles brings in their 5th pitcher of the night. Moncada from the left side with a double to right field, scores Abreu. It's 8-3 White Sox. Zavala keeps things going with a base hit to make it 9-3 Sox, and then Harrison follows suit. It's 10-3 Sox after the 7th. In the 8th, Abreu with his 2nd double of the game to lead things off. That's a great sign. Moncada grounds out, but Abreu scores 11-4 Sox at that point. Nothing doing in the 9th. So the Sox final offensive line, 11 runs, 17 hits, 4 walks. They struck out 12 times, 7 extra base hits, 6 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Tim Anderson, Luis Robert, and Jose Abreu were each 3 for 5. Josh Harrison had 3 RBIs. And Leori Garcia, talking about him at the top of this episode, giving himself a hard time. He was 2 for 4 with a run scored as he was playing some outfield on Tuesday night. All starters except for Vaughn and Sheets had hits. Pollock was a replacement later in the game for Sheets defensively. It was exactly what you wanted to see as a White Sox fan, especially with that late game once again. Made it worth your while staying up. What an explosion of offense. Good to see Moncada getting in on the action too, right away coming off of the IL, not only from the left side, but the right side. And Abreu with a couple doubles, smiles from him in the game. Robert, you want, hey, it's great to see offense from Harrison, Zavala, Garcia, but it's those guys that you were expecting the offense from. Anderson, Abreu, Robert, they got in the action too. It was a great team effort. 11 runs and 17 hits. Awesome to see, especially out on the West Coast in Anaheim. A lesser man would have probably crumbled, but Johnny Cueto weathered the brief storm. We're going to talk specifics more on that in a moment. Welcome to the world of sports cards reimagined. The Sports Card Investor app is the hobby's most powerful resource. Quickly check the value of your favorite cards, Find great deals and profit from the hobby you love. Available completely free in the Google Play and Apple App stores. The Sports Card Investor app is a must-have for baseball fans. Easily browse over 630,000 cards from every sport with hundreds more added each week. Check the latest values of your favorite cards from 7-day or 30-day charts. Find the best prices and buy directly through the app with our eBay deals feature. Plus, it's completely free. Whether you're a casual card collector or looking for exciting alternative investment opportunities, the free Sports Card Investor app has something for you. With the free Sports Card Investor app, you can go ahead and pull out all those old cards of your favorite childhood players and see how much they are worth today. I have done that. I have found old bins of cards buried in the basement and have gone through those, found a Frank Thomas 1990 scorecard. Some of you folks listening, you know what I'm talking about. So you got to check out this Sports Card Investor app. Download it today, available for free in the Google Play and Apple app stores, or go to sportscardinvestor.com/locked on. Let's talk some pitching, and Johnny Cueto coming into the game 4-0 with a 1.34 ERA in 5 career starts against the Angels. Cueto was 1-1 with a 1.08 ERA in 4 road starts this season. Has received 1 or 0 runs of support in 5 of his 7 starts. Kind of makes you feel a little bit about Jose Quintana, if you remember those years way back when. He would throw some outstanding innings and some great efforts, but got little run support. Chicago White Sox pitching on the road had a 3.70 ERA. That ranked 23rd in all of baseball coming into Tuesday's game. Now, on Monday, Sox pitching, though, held Trout and Ohtani. They combined for 1 for 7 with 5 strikeouts on Monday. What a difference a day makes. That was a bit different on Tuesday. First inning, Johnny Cueto got 2 quick outs. Then Ohtani with a missile to right center for a double. Thankfully, no damage was done. Steve Stone talking about Johnny Cueto having maybe some back issues. He was kind of, wandering around the mound a little bit, reaching for that back, looked a little uncomfortable. Second inning, it didn't look like there were any issues with his back. It was a really quick inning. Third inning, Cueto on cruise control until Velasquez, the number 9 hitter, hits a solo home run to left center, quickly 1-0 Angels. Then with 2 outs, Trout and Ohtani go back to back. You just can't keep those guys down for very long. 3-0 Angels. A few more hits, and the Angels have runners on the corner, but Cueto got out of that jam. 3 home runs in the inning. Okay, it was 3-0 after the third, and I would say a younger pitcher might start crumbling at this point. A rookie, the wheels might come off, but Cueto, calm and cool and collected. Fourth inning, no problem getting through it. Cueto, very fun to watch. I love mixing up the his wind up and the stutter stuff. And, he's just got so many things he can throw, at a hitter. It's like he's pitching just in the backyard, pitching wiffle ball, messing with his kids or his nephews or something with the stutter wind up and all that stuff. He had 62 pitches and 3 strikeouts through 4. Fifth inning, Cueto, he was on the bench now for a while because the Sox scored 5 runs in the top half. You wonder about that. A guy that was about in the groove a little bit, sitting around, kind of getting cold on the bench, but he had an 8-pitch battle against Trout to get him to fly out weakly by the second base bag. He was at 76 pitches as he faced Ohtani, issued a walk to Ohtani, got Walsh to ground out, and he kept the Angels off the board. So great sign there after sitting around watching the Sox score a bunch of runs. Let's get those bats back out there. 6th inning, Cueto came out. He had 83 pitches already. Aside for a base hit, he did not labor very much this inning, and that was it. What an outing. After giving up just those 3 home runs, which, at the moment seemed big. It was like, oh, here we go. He's falling apart. I don't even know if Cueto's going to get out of this inning. And he not only got out of that inning, but he gave you several more innings. Again, that might have broken a younger pitcher, but Cueto shut things down after that. Final line for Johnny Cueto: 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, only 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Of course, those 3 home runs we talked about. Again, in 2 of them, Trout and Ohtani, that's going to happen. Cueto's ERA, 3.33, 97 pitches for Johnny Cueto on Tuesday night. 7th inning, Joe Kelly comes in, gave up an RBI double to Ohtani. Pollock was in left field at this point. I'm sure he would like to have this one back. It was a tough play, but I think it could have been a catch. Again, I watched the replay a few times. Odd positioning, how he tracked the ball, but I think if he had another go at it, he'd make that catch. It was 10-4 then at that point, but only 1 run given up. Foster and Ruiz came in the 8th and 9th to shut things down. So White Sox pitching, Trout and Ohtani, they combined 4 for 7 on Tuesday night with 3 RBIs. Of course, those 2 home runs, and they did not strike out at all. So from Monday to Tuesday, very different. Wednesday, White Sox going for that series win. It is Michael Kopech and Shohei Ohtani. Get the caffeine ready. This has the makings of a great matchup. More on that in a moment. At BlueNile.com, you can celebrate all of life's special moments, from creating the custom engagement ring of her dreams to gifting a classic and timeless jewelry piece, all at prices you won't find at a traditional jeweler. Whether you're ready to pop the question or you're celebrating a milestone moment, find jewelry as unique as her with the modern convenience of online shopping at BlueNile.com. Blue Nile has simple online tools that will let you choose the diamond shape, size, and clarity, as well as setting style. Blue Nile's bench jewelers will then handcraft her perfect engagement ring. Each ring is one of a kind. Make your moment sparkle with jewelry from BlueNile.com. And Locked On Sports listeners get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. This podcast exclusive includes engagement. Use code Locked On. That's code Locked On. Plus, every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. Shop stress-free and find your forever piece. Go to BlueNile.com today. This episode is brought to you by Rock Auto. With the ever-increasing numbers of makes and models, it's now impossible for your local chain auto parts store to stock all the parts you need. Why endure often pointless or seemingly intimidating questioning and wait while the person behind the counter orders the parts on their computer, choosing the only brand their warehouse happens to carry? You have computers with access to rockauto.com at home and in your pocket. Save time and money when using Rock Auto. Rock Auto is a family business serving do-it-yourselfers for over 20 years. Go explore their easy-to-use website today to find the solution to your auto parts needs. Go to rockauto.com right now and see all the parts available for your car or truck. Write Locked On in their "How did you hear about us" box so they know we sent you. Amazing selection, reliably low prices, all the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com. So that was a much-needed win for our Chicago White Sox. Sox just can't fall further behind the Twins and Guardians. I feel like, in a weird way, every win right now is a must-win. Now, however, July is going to be a crazy month. Lots of action against the AL Central for the Sox. White Sox will have 7 against the Twins, 4 against Detroit, and 8 against the Guardians in July. So Tuesday night, I thought, was a great confidence builder. A lot of Sox players were able to pad their stats a little bit, get back into the groove. And there's this stigma of playing out on the West Coast in Anaheim, and to have that type of win was a big deal. confidence because Wednesday's going to be a challenge. Sox facing Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani 6-4 with a 2.90 ERA. Now, Michael Kopech going for the White Sox. Okay, the record might not be there. He's 2-4, but that ERA sitting at 2.59. You have got a couple of strikeout pitchers going at it. Again, it's another late one on Wednesday. If you haven't been staying up for these Sox games, I totally understand. West Coast games are tough, but if you're gonna do it for one of these games, Wednesday night I think is the game. Take a nap, get your coffee or preferred caffeine ready. Hopefully, this pitching matchup lives up to the hype. Folks, thank you so much for making this podcast part of your daily routine. You can find the Locked On White Sox podcast absolutely everywhere you find your podcasts. We are on Twitter and Instagram at Locked On Sox. You can find me on Twitter at Nick_GGTB. Thanks for making Locked On White Sox your first listen. Now make your second listen Locked On MLB Prospects. Host Lindsey Crosby is a prospect encyclopedia, and he's going deep on the MLB stars of tomorrow. It's free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Coming up on the next episode, I'll recap Kopech's outing against the Angels, hopefully celebrating a series win for our White Sox. Really appreciate you making time for the Locked On White Sox podcast. I'm Nick Morawski. Until next time, go Sox.